So today I took a trade where I risked 4 points to make 24 points on ES using order flow platforms like Bookmap and Sierra Chart. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you guys through my key levels for today, how I came up with my pre-market plan, the entry, the exits, and make sure you stay until the end where I show you the live footage of me taking this trade in real time. Before we get into it, if you guys trade order flow or you're interested in trading order flow, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I post extremely valuable content almost every day, specifically related to trading ES futures using order flow. Also, make sure to check out my TikTok and my Instagram where I post content specifically related to order flow trading. So with all that being said, let's just get right into the video. All right, so starting off with the key levels for today, I'm gonna shrink myself just a little bit. To be honest with you guys, I did not like the structure coming into today's session, specifically because I had no really clear places to become a buyer. So yeah, that's why I didn't really like it, but here are the levels that I was watching. Obviously, I got the low, the previous day's open, previous day's close. And then I also had down here where we formed this little 30-minute supply right before closing last Friday. These are my levels. Here's my plan. So if sellers appear around the 6657 to 63, I want to play short targeting 6636 down to the 6616. Buyers accept higher prices and 6657 to 63 breaks. Then I'm interested in playing long to the 6680s. So the main level that I had today was the 6657 to 63. What this level is, it's right here. And what this comes from is this low volume area that we formed overnight. So this yellow box here is that 57 to 63 level from overnight. This was the only level that I really was interested in watching. What you guys can notice from this overnight profile is we clearly have balance right here. So we're opening up in the middle of this balance from overnight. If we break out of balance, I could look to play long. Other than that, I didn't have this written in my plan, but potentially looking for a long at the lower end of this balance right here. Just by understanding the basics of auction market theory, you can come up with a plan. Basically just fading the extremes of value, and that's exactly what I was having in mind for the session. So hopping into Bookmap right here, this is what I saw today. So we open up, I did not take this short, but you could have potentially spotted some weakness at the opening price, which I believe was right around the 33.75, like right around here. Could have potentially taken a short there. I didn't take it short, but we sold off right off the open, right? And we came down to these bids right here. And this is where the most significant selling on the session came in, right here from the 606s down to the 600s. Sellers filled all of these bids you see right next to my face, and we created an area of low volume. So now that we created an area of low volume, this is like my most significant key level for today, really from the 603s down to the 600s. So kind of a smaller area, but even including all of these bids right here, just this box right here is the most significant area that I can come up with on this session at the moment. Buyers reclaim through this LVN and reclaim above where these bids were getting filled at by these large sellers right here. So after this happens, this is basically like a break and retest or an inverse LVN setup right here. So I'm saying, all right, guys, if 607 to 600 holds here, I am going to be looking for a long to target the point of control of the overnight session, which is pretty much right where we opened up at the 6630s, roughly around there. Didn't see anything significant right here. I just waited patiently. I wanted it to smack me in the face. Like I tell you guys all the time, it needs to smack me in the face. Finally, we get this selling right here that really piques my interest. So it's a large seller coming in here, getting trapped. And once price came back above this, and you can see it actually holds here, you had like 30 seconds, I believe. You have roughly 30 seconds of price holding above where this seller came in at. This is exactly where I took it long. So the location is the bottom of the value area from overnight. On top of that, we have that LVN that formed, the bids that got reclaimed. My confirmation is this selling right here, failing to move price down, price coming back above, putting these sellers right here underwater. As soon as price holds this, I took it long, targeting the point of control. Targeting the point of control, which on the profile is literally right here. Actually more towards the 66, 37s, 38s. But so yeah, that was the idea for the trade, and that was the entry. Coming back into Bookmap. So like I said, my target was the 66 30s, but I ended up scaling out on the way there. I took one off at the 22s. I got two more off in this area right here, right under the 25s, or maybe right at the 25s. I'll just show you guys my fills so I don't have to explain it. Like here are my fills. So you can see I was just going one off, one off, one off, one off, one off until finally I was trying to get out on a strong push After we filled these 35s right here, these 31s, I was like, all right, if we can get up to VWAP, which is right to 6640s, that's when I'll get all out. So I got all out right here on this strong push into VWAP, and that was the trade. And that was how I risked $100 to make $500 on my XFA account. So those were the levels. That was the pre-market plan. That was the entry. That was the exit. Now I'm going to show you guys footage of me taking this trade live. This is the bottom of this value area that I described, or that I showed you guys earlier. So if buyers can hold above this level from 606 or 607 down to, I'm giving it the 600s, this could be a potential setup. If they cannot hold above this, I would imagine we come down even lower to the previous week's close, right at the 655s, for another 50-point rotation down, but we'll see. All right, so I just got long off the 607s because this seller right here came in at the 605s, right in that LVN. Price got back above it, and then we just held it. So I'm in long, and I'm targeting the point of control of this balanced range that we're in, and I'm gonna go break even on this. But yeah, I got a pretty good entry on this, I'm not gonna lie. Buyers don't come through these 17s, I'm definitely gonna get stopped probably, I'm not gonna lie. I got a good target for sure. I'm gonna take some off at the 25s. All right, I just took out 3 out of 5 of my contracts right there just to be safe. My real target is this 630s though. All right, I took another one off. Only have one more going for 630s. I just want to make sure that if we did reverse at these orders here, that I'm out for most of my position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move my TP up actually to VWAP. I'm going to see what happens after we fill all these orders up to even the 35s. But VWAP up here at 640 could be the next target. If I hold a runner, it's only going to be 1 micro, so like pretty much nothing. But I got like 80% of my position off already, so I'm chilling. And definitely some offering up here at the 32s. So just to give you guys an idea of how I'm managing this trade, I got long off of 607. I got most of my position off from the 25s to the 28s. I scaled out 1, 1, 1, 1, and then my last one, I'm holding for VWAP at 39 with my stop loss down. It really could be down below these 11s, but I have it below these 16s. I have it below these 14s. Where's the 14? Yeah, right here. So if we come back below this buying right here that filled all these offers, then I will take it off for only $40 on the last contract, bringing the trade to around a $400 profit. My risk on it, I'll have to double check. I forget what I put my, well, actually, no, my stop loss is rated 603. So I really had a 4-point risk for pretty good target, like 4-point risk for almost a 30-point target, which is crazy. That trade couldn't have been better though. I planned that out so perfectly. I'm just looking for a strong push to get all out at this point. All right, I'm out.